Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here. Today we are here at Huddle for 100, United Way, Character Playbook, and the NFL are all getting together. We've got Miami Dolphin players, and behind me you see all of this great stuff that's going to be packaged up by kids and things to be given away. Follow along. This is going to be a great day and a great day.
Georgia Jones. He's a D lineman. Put your hands together for Kendrick Norton. Right there, Jeff. And last but not least, I'm gonna do it the way he did it when he came, when he was on that stage. Ladies and gentlemen, the first round pick for the Miami Dolphins from Clemson, D lineman Christian Williams. Hey, hold on. What if that would have happened to Roger Goodell? How funny would that have been? So
teammates feel positive and cheerful and joyful and uplifted. And same as Amelia was saying, that's to everybody. So it's kind of, you want to hang around with people that make you happy and feel positive all the time and motivated. So I think it's really important to think about how you would want to feel around other people and how you want to be surrounded by your friends and help them feel that same way.
And Christian, very similar question, but as a football player and being in the limelight every single day, how do you use character to make sure that you're going forward?
Well, the biggest thing is for me, I just feel like, I wear a Dolphins jersey, but I represent myself first in the organization. I'm gonna take off my jersey because I'm gonna take off my jersey because now just thinking about it, it doesn't matter what I do while I'm playing, what I'm doing while I'm in that jersey. It matters about who I am first as a person and as a man. And I just feel like, the person who I am as a man is way more important than anything I could do while I'm playing in this jersey or while I got my uniform on. So it's most important for me to always just do the right things and realize that all eyes are on me. Everybody's watching me. Just do the right things just because I have that platform to be positive and just be a good role model.
It's funny you said that. I was talking to a coach
here at Margate Middle, and my question is, what are some things we could do right now to improve our habits?
I say coming up with a schedule, coming up with a schedule, see how your day goes, and write out a schedule. So maybe if you guys want to do sports, maybe if I run track, it's off season, maybe I want to get a run in every day. So at this time, I'm going to come straight home. I'm going to do a run. Come on, do my homework. Just have a schedule or something that you can lean on and give you some order and direction.
To piggyback off what you said. I feel like what is important to do, what's important is to also realize, what your strengths and weaknesses are. Understand, be real with yourself, or even ask others, what are my bad habits, what are my good habits? And you can't improve on something if you don't know what's good or bad about them, or what you need to improve on. So I feel like that's pretty important. Just being real with yourself, knowing things you don't do so well, be like, all right, I need to improve on that. So let me, and then do some research, ask people, how can I get better at this? You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't have got to the level, I wouldn't have got to the NFL if I didn't ask somebody, how can I become a better player? You know what I mean? So you just got to be real, ask, and that's, again, going back to relationships. That's why you need good people around you who can help you and who can be real with you.
One more thing before we get started, I forgot to tell y'all earlier, don't be a yes man to yourself either. Be honest with yourself. So if your self is tripping, if you're not doing the right things, sometimes you got to be the one. Sometimes somebody else can't tell you, that you tripping because you're not going to want to hear it. Your friend might want to tell you, like, oh, you don't know what I'm talking. You don't know what I go through. Sometimes you got to be honest with yourself. Be real with yourself. So, that's all I wanted to tell you.
Ken, when you start preaching?
Huh? Y'all need me to. If that's what y'all, I got something for you now. I got something for you.
My name is Bernasia, and I go to Silver Lakes Middle School. I'm in 8th grade, and my question is, who is someone you admire, and why do you admire them?
That's a good one.
I
You see that pause? See, when they pause, they like, man, so many people.
That is a very good question. There's a lot of people in my family that I admire just because of their character and who they are as a person, but someone that we might all know that I admire is Maya Angelou. And the reason why I admire her is because of her, number one, her intelligence. She was a very, very bright woman. But her way to communicate things through poetry to where, you understand, and it's so deep, and you're like, wow. In just a few words, she just said something so deep, and it really impacts you. So her words that she used to communicate messages, there's a quote that she had, and I can't remember it word for word, but basically what it says is that people will not likely remember what you did for them, but they will remember how you made them feel. And so for me, that's a true test of character. So how do you treat people really matters more than what you did for them and what you do or do not do for them. So that's someone I admire.
I would say my stepfather, because I might, hold on. Yeah, just seeing the way he worked my whole life.
We love you.
I'll chime in. So I would say, I'm sure like a lot of you, I admire my mom. Same, she worked every day while I was growing up, wasn't there often. Still was working about 10 to 12-hour days to this day. My dad worked a lot too as well. But just watching her, I will always say my mother is.
I'll go real quick. I would say my mom too. My mommy, that's my girl. She, and I would also say my siblings too. I'll get to that. But so my mom, she raised 8 kids by herself. I have 8 brothers and sisters, and I'm the youngest of the 8. They saved the best for last. So I know. Go ahead. I know. But I'm the youngest of the 8, and just the sacrifices and the things my mom had to do to just provide for all of us. It's just been remarkable to see, and it's something I wasn't able to really see until I got older and have an appreciation for it. Like, I'm 24 years old, and at times it's hard to take care of myself, and do things I need to do. And for my mom to be able to take care of 8 kids by herself and, give us, and herself, and give us the opportunities that, teach us things that we need to do to be successful in life, it's just been great. And, I respect and love all my older brothers and sisters. And just the things that they were able to do and accomplish in life that they're still accomplishing, that they're doing some awesome things too. And knowing the situations we've grown up in and the circumstances we've grown up in, we didn't allow ourselves to be, a product of our environment. We've always aspired for bigger things too. So I just got a lot of love and respect for my older siblings as well.
Give him a big round of applause. Character is a gift. It's something that is given from another. You did your best, just bring the pot, and whatever happens, happens. So when the king walks up to him, he looks at the pot, and he's the only child he didn't say anything to. He looked at the pot, turned around, and walked back up to his throne. And he turns to the audience, he says, "Everyone, thank you very much for coming and bringing your pot. I see that everyone's taking so much great care of these plants, but I forgot to tell you one thing. When I gave each and every last one of you that seed, I boiled them for an entire day. So the seeds that I gave you were dormant. And the reason I gave you those seeds, I wanted to see who had character. Well, there's one young man at the end of this row, his name is Lynn. Lynn had the courage to have character to take care of this seed with no growth. This is the type of young man I want to carry on, my heritage and to be your king at some point." See, character is something that when no one's looking, you're still willing to do what's right. Every other person who had a pot cheated. They went and got a seed from somewhere else and then they grew that plant. Lynn was the only one brave enough to stand before the king knowing that the consequences could be grave, and he stood there and he did it right. And that's what we're challenging you to do, because at some point you're going to be leading this country and you're going to be standing against great odds, and it may not seem like you can overcome it, and you may want to do something dishonest, but we're going to call you to be like Lynn, to stand, do what's right, and make this country great because of you.
Okay, so I'm here with Twan Russell, former Miami Dolphin player, and we've just gone through this great event. I got to tell you, Twan, you had me tearing up on the seed story. It was incredible.
Yeah, you know what it is, when you talk about character is really about people. I mean, it's one of the few things in life that you really pass on generationally. I mean, the character that I have started, 200 years ago after slavery, when my grandfather left the plantation. And, my mom still, when she was living, she still told those stories. And I'm able to pull from people I've never met, but they fed my mother fed me, and I'm able to feed my children. And that's what character truly is. And it's an investment. When you have character today in 2020, it's going to pay dividends 20, 30, 40 years from now, and our grandchildren and my children's grandchildren. And that's what it's about. It's about making sure our young kids have the resources, the emotional resources that they need to deal with the challenges in life. And character really helps you do that.
Well, I tell you, this was a great event. How did you get involved with Character Playbook and with the Miami Dolphins and in general?
I've actually been working with the Dolphins for 15 years. And the way I got my job was kind of, I guess, because of character. The president at the time gave me a call and said, hey, would you be interested in working for the Dolphins? And I said, sure. And that's how I got my job. It really wasn't an interview process. And about a year later, I asked him, I said, why did you call me that day? It was kind of an odd and strange call. He says, well, the character that you showed as a football player in the community was great. And he says, every day during training camp, my kids would walk up to you and ask for an autograph every single day. And you would give them an autograph, you'd give them a glove, you would do all these kind things for them. He says, I felt if I gave you a bigger platform, how much more could you do for the community? And I'm blessed for him. His name is Brian Wiedemeyer. He's deceased. But, his character was, helped me become a better person, which allowed me to help young men and women become better people.
So in other words, the saying that nice guys finish last is definitely wrong in this case. Well, I can't thank you enough for all that you guys have done and the Miami Dolphins being standout in the community and stuff. So any final words?
I mean, United Way is one of the best organizations in the world. I mean, the diversity of their programs and the diversity of the people that they help is probably second to none, and that's what makes them so great. And I'm a big advocate of theirs, and I believe in what they do internationally and nationally.
All right, we're going to go over and check out all the kids bagging up all this stuff to help out the community. Thanks. Thank you much.
Yeah, I need to bust some gums. That's right. Bust some teeth. Bust some teeth.
Thank you so much.
Oh, no. Oh. Wow, what an incredible event, man. I am so blessed to be able to be here with all these great people that understand what character really means and really working on the next generation. Stay tuned, guys. We got all kinds of great stuff that's going to be going on while we're here at the Super Bowl. I'm Mark Holmes, and, well, I'm feeling really, really great right now.